Welcome to the fifth module of the course on inclusive digital transformation for the SDGs and Agenda 63. This is Peter Sparreboom, and in this module I will talk to you about inclusive digital skills. African mobile users quote literacy and digital skills as the top barrier to usage of the internet. As citizens, people need digital skills to access news and information, communicate with friends and family, access important services such as e-government, e-health, and online education, as well as to hold the government and service providers accountable. As consumers, people need digital skills to make effective use of e-commerce and digital financial services. African countries agree that digital skills are one of the four foundation pillars of a digital economy. In fact, unless people develop digital skills, any investment in the enabling environment, digital infrastructure, and digital innovation is pointless. A number of key concepts are presented in the course manual of this module that I strongly encourage you to study. We share UNESCO's definition of digital skills as a range of abilities to use digital devices, communication applications, and networks to access and manage information. We also provide definitions of the related concepts of digital literacy and digital competency. Digital skills can be divided into basic digital skills, fundamental skills that enable people to function at a minimum level in society, intermediate digital skills, skills needed to participate as engaged citizens and productive workers, and advanced digital skills, skills needed by specialists in ITC professions such as computer programming and network management. What is the state of digital skills in Africa? A key problem for African policymakers is the extreme scarcity of objective data on digital skills. One of the reasons for the lack of data is the difficulty of defining different levels of digital skills and selecting the most appropriate indicators to monitor. The international push to align national education goals with Global Sustainable Development Goal 4 on education, SDG 4, has been accompanied by the development of a framework to measure digital skills. It includes two indicators: the percentage of youth and adults with information and communication technology skills by type of skill, and the percentage of youth and adults who have achieved at least a minimum level of proficiency in digital literacy skills. Countries are strongly encouraged to use the frameworks to collect data. While we do not have much data on the level of digital skills in Africa, we do know that the various levels of digital skills can be imparted through formal educational channels, non-formal channels, and time-bound campaigns. Formal primary and secondary schools are ideally positioned to instill basic and intermediate digital skills. However, the formal education sector is slow to adopt curricular change. Besides, many schools in Africa do not have the necessary physical and human resources to be able to provide basic and intermediate digital skills training. Rural and low-income children, girls, refugees, by virtue of their lower representation in schools, are also excluded from digital skills. Non-formal educational channels complement the formal education system. They include community centers, public libraries, NGOs, after-school programs, tech clubs, maker spaces, faith-based organizations. These channels can be used to provide basic and intermediate digital skills to in-school as well as out-of-school children and youth, and adults. Critically, they tend to be more flexible than the formal school system, and thus able to react faster to changing needs. Digital skills promotion campaigns are a way to build awareness, create excitement, and motivate people to learn basic and intermediate digital skills. For advanced and specialized technical skills, learners have traditionally turned to the formal higher education or technical and vocational education and training institutions or TVET institutions. However, African countries face several challenges here. Many people of working age cannot afford to stay in school for several years. Also, universities and TVET institutions have a hard time to keep their curricula relevant to the world of work. By the way, specialized courses in ICT alone are of limited value for work. And well-educated ICT specialists face many temptations to seek employment outside their country. In terms of non-formal channels, commercial and non-commercial training providers offer an alternative to the formal education system. However, because providing courses in advanced digital skills is expensive, many such providers only reach low numbers of people. Besides, it's not always easy for these providers to get their courses officially accredited and certificates recognized. Many African governments organize campaigns to open the eyes of young adults to a career in ICT. To do this, some participate in global or regional campaigns, while others organize their own in partnership with private companies, NGOs, or donors. Digital transformation is offering a range of opportunities to Africa. As the youngest continent, Africa has a distinct competitive advantage and should be able to catch up with continents with graying populations. Digital globalization is also opening up a range of new remote job options to Africans. At the same time, international donors are making major efforts to connect schools to the internet. Some donors are also building their own digital skills development platforms, while others are working with incubators and accelerators to develop digital skills. International tech companies have also started collaborating with African governments and private sector partners to develop digital skills. A number of recent efforts at coordination and harmonization are helping to streamline the multiple efforts at building digital skills. The ILO and ITU's digital skills campaign under the Decent Jobs for Youth program is one such effort to address fragmentation and catalyze effective, innovative, and evidence-based action at the country and regional level. The purpose is to share and collaborate in order to unify disparate initiatives and scale up their impact in order to create sustainable change. Thank you for listening and good luck in studying the course materials and in taking the quiz.